I'm at. Because I ain't doing nothing.
Oh, well, that could be.
Hey, shalom, y'all. Shalom, shalom. It's Yaak Michael Israel, and you're watching the Spiritual Combat Show. And today we have the beginning of a series, a very special show. This is a tribute to Deshawn Tatem. We're gonna learn about his life and stuff he's done from his friends and family. It's going to be a very informative, edifying series. So like I said, today is day one. We got General Change Wesson, and we also got Dimitri Milligan, and we're going to be bringing them in momentarily. They in the virtual studio right now. But what we're going to do first is, while everybody's getting in here, because like I said, we ran into some technical difficulties, but while everybody's coming in, we're going to go ahead and open it up with a song. The artist is called The Guttermost Generals, and the title of the song is Familiar. So enjoy.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. Yeah, man. We got the most beating squad. Yahshua is still here. It's all lost. Yeah, man. Y'all ready? Yo.
Change style. Let's go. For y'all we live, for y'all we die. Quick 100. Change the walking corpse and chosen prophet of y'all, of course. Walking barefoot up this narrow course of spiritual swords. Stone and wars are all sorts, but spit out with breakthroughs. The pain constantly broke us and hurt us to the point of feeling worthless. We drop hard within the light, but walking them up, singing the curses. But we ain't lose to the surface, so good almost had to match you all on purpose. And the gun shots in the nighttime kept the streets in line, and they ain't lying. We ain't losing these streets, not daytime, while our hearts was crying for our little brothers that died from the eyes. So Mary Jane and wine, tell us muscles to evil times. You better stay can read between these lines, and their bodies can start flying at any time. But we let y'all control our hearts and minds. He even built us strong enough to survive the church tonight. And the government had grants but wouldn't give a nigga to us. So we hustle below the surface with y'all moving in surplus. And we weeded out the freedomies and blood who tried to hurt us. We crushed the niggas that work, cause now they falling while we riding. But we've been prophesied about through all our years of hard surviving. Yahweh broadened our horizons. He turned up from coast to coast.
I'm sorry. And make sure you guys share and invite people in and tag people. Go ahead and share, invite, tag, get people in there. That's what I'm doing, and enjoy the music.
Started out handing Bibles and bread on the ocean blue streets. I ain't had no studio then, I was making no beats. I was a Sabbath keeper, studying the brain of the beast. Got a little equipment recorded, started handing out CD and the people what they need. KR music put me on TV. Pax 49, I believe. Not long after I met Rio and Keith, Rio became my brother. I really love his mother, killed for his older brother. Later we would be Gibson and Glover. Meanwhile in the church, started gaining respect with his album of Christian rap. The Golden Child Project that took me to the next level. Take over and murder. Cold and noble, gave it so Smith. Suddenly I was heard of. Teacher to the church evangelist, also known as a prophet in the gospel scene. My name was one in the topic. 1 million songs made $1 million. Team News Now, Virginia Pilot, numerous magazine covers. 2008, dropped the double album, Blood and Water. First to rep the hood on the 700 Club. I bought them outside, no cameras and all. Showed the world I called your CDs. Sold in the UK, CDs sold in Uganda. My phone video drop, yo, that jank was bonkers. You sure was a squad. The 3 branches were monsters. Some would say that my lane was at the top of the game, but I did it for the souls. I ain't do it for the fame. I heard the voice of the lamb that was slain. Told me to leave the stage of the 4 walls in the gospel game. I left the church along with his famous success. 60-member team became 7 in just a few seconds. At least that's what it seems. Lost my grip in the suburbs, moved back to the streets of the murder scenes. Back to witnessing the transaction choosing between hustlers and fiends. Poverty's worse, it's more emergency. The gangs chase the green, break my queens and I tried to minister to the streets, but they sinister in the streets. Shasha white sheets, I pray, but the cycle repeats. Don't even have respect for the man that preached. Broke in the church and stole from me. Tried to break in again, even shot his speech. That's when it was time to purge the heat. It's time to run away with that to this thing. Ain't when they start cooking the beef. Ain't had this shooting in a decade. So fire, blaze up a tree, come out in these streets before you judge me. You might smash some femurs too if you get that deep. You might also catch a couple felony charges. Also couple sons to the streets that put some bits in my armor. Yeah, as a pastor, I have been locked up, but I kept praying. We blaze L's with Wu-Tang. I'm saying that soul was still being run, even when the shells were spraying. So stop hating, be glad we survived. My family has more than we ever had. Yahshua is alive. Now ride, now ride. Get used to our face, because we are. You better have no. Yes, we are. You're the mouse. Jordan and let's rock this. Let's go. Heard it first. Get familiar. Peace. One love, change love.
Shalom, y'all. Shalom, shalom. Welcome to a special edition of Spiritual Combat. We are kicking off the tribute to Deshawn Tatem. As you can see, we have General Change Wesson and Dimitri Milligan here. I'm basically going to hand the show over to them, and they're going to carry it on. But what I wanted to let y'all know first is, if y'all have any questions or comments or anything, definitely put them in there. I'm going to be monitoring the comments and everything. So if you have a question for them, I'll definitely bring it to them. But with that said, I'm going to hand it over to General Change Wesson. And you guys enjoy this presentation.
Shalom, shalom. Can everybody see me?
Yep.
I can't see Elder.
He's there, though. He's there.
Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry about me.
No doubt. With that being said, first of all, I want to say shalom to everybody, man, and thank y'all for who viewing, being with us. Our brothers and sisters across the world and here in the land of our captives and everything. We just appreciate you, man, and we just want to come for a time of celebration, man, and honor to our brother, man. And I really don't even like to use fallen brother, because he's going to reap his reward, because he stood on that word, period, point blank, and to the best of his ability, the best of our ability, he lived by it. You know what I'm saying? Live by it, die by it. So this is going to be a week of celebration, man, and there's uplifting, and y'all going to hear some funny stories that y'all ain't, heard about them and stuff that we've had encounters with and everything else too, man. It's just going to be a blessing. Elder?
Yeah, shalom, everybody. As y'all know, we coming up on a year of our brother being gone. Most I done brought everybody through that grief process, and it's just like endure for a night, but joy is definitely coming in the morning. And this morning
Hallelujah.
time, it's morning time now. So we're
Yeah.
gonna build off of those things that the young general had established. Before we go any further, let's just open this up with a word of prayer, young general. Go ahead.
All righty.
That's off.
Yes, sir. Let me take this off. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before your master. First of all, just saying thank you. Thank you, Almighty King, for life. Thank you, Almighty King, for health and strength. And thank you most of all for your love. Dear Heavenly Father, nothing would be possible without you. And we reverence you for who you are, Almighty Master. You are the creator of creation. And we are honored and we are blessed to be a part of you creating us, Almighty King, and allowing us to live here on your earth, Father. And Father, we want to reciprocate the love and tell you that we love you. Father, our heart love you, Almighty King. Father, our soul and our mind love you, Father. And we thank you and we honor you for being able, for you allowing us to have a true relationship with you, Almighty King. Father, to communicate with you, Father, to just do your will, Almighty King. And Father, forgive us for anything that we've done wrong against you, Almighty Master, in deed or in thought, Almighty King. And Father, also forgive us for anything that we've done wrong to our brothers in thought or in deed, Father. And Father, anything that we can't remember because of time or whatever, Father, put it in our spirit so we can do what your word says, Almighty King, and leave our offering there, Father, and go fix it, Father, because we care about what you care about. And you care about you being first and foremost in our life, and you care about how we treat our brothers, Father. So forgive us for anything that we've done wrong according to you, Almighty King, in thought or in deed, Almighty Master. And we love you once again. And Father, bless this time, Almighty King, for this is a joyous time, Almighty Master. You called one of your soldiers home, Father, after all the work that he put in, Almighty King. So this isn't a time for, we had our time of mourning. Father, now it's time for hallelujah and uplifting. And we thank you for allowing us to just be in your earth, Father, and breathe and go about our day. One more time, Almighty King. We love you, we honor you, and we bless you. In the mighty name of our King, Yahushua HaMashiach, who also known as Jesus the Christ. Hallelujah, and so be it.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yep. Yep.
Hey, Dimitri, can you turn your mic up a little?
Turn my mic up a little. How do I do that?
Never mind. Don't worry about it then. It's fine. We good. I can handle it here. I'm good.
Word. Elder, did you want to go first or what? How you want to do it?
Well, being that I'm the newcomer, I don't mind going first. What can I say about that young general is something, man. I can tell you how we met.
Word.
How we met was God ordained. And I know this because I was just doing videos, and I did a video on polygyny one time. And polygyny. And what happened is that I was just showing the different scenarios that Israel, sweetie, I was showing the different scenarios that Israel was facing that caused them to have multiple wives. And so I was saying to myself, well, it wasn't just like men would just go out and just grab another multiple, or grab another wife. So I was doing a video showing the different scenarios, how sometimes because Israel was constantly in battle, the men would be killed. And so they would be forced to assume the responsibility. And then sometimes the wives would be given by the father as payment for work that was done. Sometimes men would take on multiple wives, another wife, such as in Ruth's case. Put out a bunch of different scenarios. And so at the end of that video, I said, okay, well, all these brothers out here think they want multiple wives. I said, well, look at this. In your modern time, say no woman worked and every woman had 4 or 5 babies. I said, and you got to take care of all of them. Ain't no welfare, ain't no Section 8, ain't no nothing. You got to go out here and work and take care of all these women and then all of these children that they have by yourself. So I said, you still want multiple wives? I asked them if they still wanted multiple wives. So I knew that the average brother, when he thought about it like that, would say no. So I get a message from a young guy named Deshawn Tatem. And he was the thing. So we started going back and forth and we was talking. And you know what? That brother, he said out of his mouth, he told me, he said, he said, I wouldn't have told everybody about this cat that was talking about multiple wives, and I entered in a dialogue with him. He said, man, but by the time I got through talking to him, he said, man, the dude has such a beautiful spirit that even on the points that we didn't disagree about was overwritten. He said, so I said to myself, I'm going back, I'm getting that cat, and he gonna be my elder, because I need somebody like that in my life. You know what I mean? And that is how Young General and I had connected. And so one day Young General was doing a video, and I just happened to be ordering me some food, was sitting out in the car waiting on my food, and I looked in the video, it was him. It was this same guy that I had talked to on Messenger. I had never seen him before, but he was talking about his attitude and things like that, things that he was trying to get better in, and stop fighting all the time and stuff like that. And so, man, that thing hit me in my spirit so good that I said, you know what, I got to call this young king. So I just called him up, man. And I just commended him for putting the video out there like that, because it was such a humble spirit. It was so truthful and so honest that I had to call him. And man, we got to chopping it up, man. And it was so much laughter and everything that broke out. And I'm sure that by the time we got off the phone, he was now convinced that I was gonna be his elder. And it wasn't it wasn't nothing that I could do about it. And that is how our relationship took off. And I had never been anywhere. And like I said, I was just doing videos on Facebook. Nobody had ever addressed me as elder or anything like that. But this is what was in this young man's mind. And so he called me one day and he said, I'm doing a love and unity thing down here in North Carolina. And he said, I want my elder to be there. I want my elder to be there. So I say, well, okay, well that's fine. So he said, don't worry about nothing. We're gonna take care of you, elder. We're gonna take care of everything. Keep in mind, I ain't never been nowhere in my life, you know what I'm saying? Especially not for no ministry. So I gets on the highway and we travels down to North Carolina, and I must have walked through 4 or 5 doors trying to find this dude when I got there. But man, but the minute we seen each other, we just bust out laughing and embraced, because we had much time talking on the phone, but had never seen each other, man. And it was just a beautiful thing. And we got through that. It's where I also linked up, where I met King Moshe at. We took some of our brothers from Kansas City, took me down there. Then we met King Moshe down there. And later on that summer, later on that following season, they came to Kansas City. And he wanted to surprise me, so he didn't let me know that he was coming. And so they didn't tell me until he got here, you know what I mean? And so I went to the Love and Unity thing that King Moshe and them had put on here in Kansas City. And when Young General got up, that's one thing he did. He said, I want to give a shout out to my elder right there, Dimitri Milligan. And he had a little 3 or 4 minute spiel before they performed on how the brothers need to start honoring the men of God, the elder men of God that the Father have given Israel for leadership and counsel and stuff like that. And he spoke those things before all of the young kings that was here from all over New York, and they was here from all over. And he said, and they had me stand up and say, that's my elder, that's Demetri Milligan. And from that minute forth, from that moment right there, is the moment that I became known as Elder Demetri Milligan. It had nothing to do with me. It was a name that young general put and attached to me. And after that, that thing just took off. I didn't have no idea. And I say this all the time, and I say it right now. And I said to young general, and I said to some of the other young kings, you know what? He called me elder, but it was me that was in the presence of a great man, because he seen something in me that I had not even yet been prepared for. I didn't have no idea whatsoever that all of Israel, all the way down to our true elders that reside over there in the land of Israel, would call me and address me by elder and tell me different things. That thing was born. That elder thing, and that being put in that place right there, all of that began with young General Deshawn Tatem. And their father had blessed me and enriched my life so that, it was a rough ride getting through that ordeal when it happened, but the Most High, he have a way of bringing about things in our life that give us rest, peace, and comfort. Now I understood that young general, in his foreknowledge by the Spirit, seen a work to be done in me that I didn't even see. And then he brought that thing out, and he said, I had made up mine that you was gonna be the elder, and not then it moved from me being his elder to well, if you're my elder, that make you the elder of YTM. You know what I'm saying? So I said, this dude just put a handcuff on me, and I wasn't going nowhere. But I am so glad that he did. I'm glad that he did. I really am. Yep. So that is one of the many stories that I have to tell, and I think that was one of the most important things that I could say about the young General Deshawn Tatem, is that he spoke some things into my life that have caused me to receive many blessings from the men and women of Israel, and he have caused me to try to be a better example and to be a vehicle to funnel the Father's blessings through. And for that, I am grateful. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yeah, hey, Elder, you ain't had a choice in that matter, because I'm going to tell you, I remember when General first told me about it, he was like, man, look, I'm going to tell you, there's an elder out there, man. I'm going to tell you, we like kindred spirit. He was so ecstatic and so hyped and so happy. Like, I think we sat up to like 3, 4 in the morning just talking about elder, like period point blank. He was just so happy, so ecstatic. And he was like, yo, he going to be the elder YTM. He said, I don't know if you know it yet, but he is. So I'm like, word. You know what I'm saying? So he straight up handcuffed elder, like that's real rap, man. And I'm going to tell you, General was a true man of Yah and had foresight. Y'all showed him stuff, man. Because I'm going to tell you, I couldn't imagine just the relationship and then how things are going according to what y'all showed. Because look, I'm going to tell y'all something. He knew a lot more than what he would actually say. Like, y'all gonna hear about some stories. He knew that he was going out, y'all was gonna call him home soon. He was certain things, things, man, and like he knew what time it was, so he prepared us a certain way. As far as YTM, and I'm gonna tell you, I bless y'all for him for the union that y'all made with him and Elder, because I'm gonna tell you, man, even through everything that happened, it's beautiful. One spirit, we on one accord, man, and I just bless the Father and can't wait to see the future. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell y'all something. General Deshawn Tatem, some know him as Deshawn the Golden Child. However you know him. If you know him, you know that he was straight up and down. He didn't sugarcoat stuff. He was genuine. And what that word says that we're supposed to do, he lived his life day by day, trying to fulfill and make sure that he was moving in righteousness as far as the standard and what that word says. That's straight point blank, cut and dry. A man of honor, a man of integrity, stand up guy. Like, I've seen it. For him to pick up and go like Houston, you know, using our resources and everything else too, like just to go out there and help and do what the word said it was supposed to be doing pertaining to our brother stuff. Like, let me tell you something. He would literally give his life for a stranger, literally. Like how I met him, my baby brother, Smoke Dust, aka Rio Wesson, he was rocking with General First. And my little brother, I'm talking about like when he like first start after he got saved in '99 again, then my baby brother started rocking with him. And I was still in the street. My baby brother was like, he would always come home and be like, yo, it's this dude, dog. Like, I'm gonna tell you, he real too. Like, how you get down, that's how you get down. And then he was like, and guess what? I said, what? He said, he albino. I said, man, get out of here, dog. I said, man, get out of here. You talking about like Casper the Friendly Ghost? He was like, yeah, albino. Because I got some albino cousins. And I'm like, yo, that was abnormal by itself. From my little brother describing him and him walking in a certain authority and just confidence, I was like, yo. And then he was street with it too and known about that. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But when y'all finally decided, when I made the decision to give my life back to y'all, only one person in my area at that time could help bring me out, and that was General, period, point blank. And my little brother, he was in the military, and he had gave me his phone. And I erased every number out that phone, but when it came to it, it said gold in it. When it came to erasing his number out that phone, I could not do it. I even pulled it up, had my thumb ready to erase it, but I could not do it. So then that day, when I made that decision to give my life back to y'all, and I had an encounter, I knew who to call, and I called him. And I'm gonna tell you, man, he was just so ill with it. All right, so let's fast forward a little bit. I'm probably like a couple months saved, so I'm still doing street stuff. I remember, I'll never forget this day. I was going to the 8 Ball, that's the hotel jump, to do what street cats do as far as hustling and everything. I was in the car, we had guns, dope, crack, we had weed, everything. I get a call on my cell phone, and it said go, and I'm like, yo, what this cat want? I ain't tell him nobody communicated to him nothing or anything. I didn't tell nobody what I was doing and what I was doing, because I was like, yo, I'm fresh out the street, fresh out of jail. Like, look, I need some money. So it is what it is. And he said, yo. I was like, yo. He said, look, turn around and go back home. And I said, huh? He said, what you about to do? He said, nah, that ain't the move. He said, turn around and go back home. And just hung up. And I'm like, that spooked the mess out of me. Because I'm like, yo, I didn't tell nobody where I was going, what I was doing, except for my homeboys. And they didn't know him. So I'm in the car with these cats, passing the blunt around and everything. Got my little hen rock on the side, everything. And I was like, yo, that spooked me so much, I knew that was y'all. I'm like, because I don't know what would have happened, but I just know that would have been a bad situation. And I said, you know what? Y'all turn around and take me home. And they was like, what? Like, yo, I said, look, turn around and take me home. And I'm gonna tell you, some other stuff happened for that night, and I bless y'all. So he definitely heard from y'all, man. And I always thought, and there's, like I said, y'all have heard many, many stories, man, about like, and this how y'all use him. I'm telling you, man, he would literally give his life for a stranger. Okay, we used to, a part of our ministry was getting cats out of gangs. So we'd be in the hoods, hard body, like we'd be in the hoods. We would have 30 to 50 people from crackheads to hustlers with guns on them, drugs on them, pipes, all that stuff, in one big circle in the hood praying together. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in a disarray. It won't nothing. He would give his last for anybody. And he was a stickler for that word. Period, point blank. That word, live by, die by. That's straight 100. And then as far as the music, second to none. Straight 100. Like I'm gonna tell you, as far as the styles and everything else too, second to none. And he took everything that he did seriously. And he did everything that he did unto y'all. Period, point blank. Even in our rehearsals were serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm gonna tell you, one bad note from one of the singers, we might spend that whole rehearsal on that one note and getting it right. One bad note from, look, Hustler tell you, from the bass man to anything. And he could hear it too. I'm gonna tell you, look, he couldn't see worth nothing, but his ears were eyes. I'm gonna tell you. And we used to always joke about that, but I'm gonna tell you, everything, and he drilled that in us. No. You do everything unto y'all. And then we got it, and it sunk in like, because we is. And that's how we supposed to carry, man. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I'll tell you another thing. When I first came, he had other brothers and stuff. We was deep. We had other brothers and stuff because he wanted to know who his right-hand man was gonna be. So he went to y'all and was like, what was good? So far, and me and him building a relationship, everything was how it was. But there was another cat, one of our brothers, who on paper, he had me beat. I'm talking about, he had ministry as a background, musically, he could do everything. I'm talking about anointed and all of that stuff. Straight 100 on paper. It was no comparison as far as on paper who should be the right-hand man. But he said he went to y'all about it. And y'all gave it to him in a dream. And that's what it was, you know, and it wound up being me. And then I ain't bashing nobody, nothing. Then we found out why. Because on paper is one thing, but in the spirit is another thing. You know what I'm saying? And just even stuff like that, man, like he always went to y'all about everything. And I'm gonna tell you like this, man. He without saying cast the first stone. A man is a man, and we always deal with our manly stuff. He was a stickler also on examining yourself and using that word as your mirror, period, point blank. And he drilled that into us, straight 100. As far as studying, like, nah, even if you had to look up every single word, that's what you do, seeking the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? He would always give examples. If you lose $1, you may look for it, but if you lose $100, you're gonna seek. You're gonna lift the carpet up. You're gonna lift the chair up, lift the vase up, and then you're gonna look there 2 and 3 times. You know what I'm saying? But these were principles, man, that he lived by, died by, and instilled in us. You know what I'm saying? And he always told us. He always said stuff like, "Look, if y'all look, when I'm gone and it's time for me to go," he said, "Look, y'all push forward." He said, "Look, mourn the time you need to mourn, then get it in gear and go." He would say stuff like that. He used to make me mad. We'd be chilling, and it's out of nowhere. He'd be like, "Chad, I gotta tell you something." And I'm like, "Yo, what's up, dog?" He'd be like, "Look, man, when I'm gone, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da." And I'd be like, "Man, I ain't trying to hear that." And he would get mad. He'd be like, "No." And then he would look me in my eyes and like, "Look, I'm serious." He said, "Look, hold it down." And he would give instruction. And he did all of us like that. You know what I'm saying? Just in foresight of y'all, that's because it wouldn't be nothing for him. 3, 4, 5 in the morning, you hear him yelling. That's because he's going in, him and y'all. He's going in, he's jumping up and down, he's running in place, stomping his feet, clapping his hands to y'all, just him and y'all. 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, and he would do that for hours. And he pushed fasting. You know what I'm saying? Some things come out by fasting and praying. These principles that we know that we're supposed to be doing, he pushed that, man. And I'm just blessed, and it's an honor for me to walk beside my brother. I'm gonna tell you, y'all gonna hear a lot of stories, man. And this is what we wanted to do too. We wanted to give y'all stuff, let y'all know something about brother that y'all might not have known or even heard. You know what I'm saying? And El did tell you, when it came to needs or anything, man, sure, at the drop of a hat, that cat is on it. he's on it. General was on it and didn't care like, if I was doing our people wrong, Israel wrong, oh, he ain't had that. Oh no, he ain't had that. Like, that's straight 100. Like, he'll go to war on Facebook and look, and then you might get a phone call on the inbox saying, look, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? However need to go. But a lot of times it will iron out, but he was a stickler for that word. If you have art with your brother, hit him up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And talk about it. And a lot of time, a whole lot of things got defused that way. You know what I'm saying? Because, look, we're all human. And if you're sincere about Yah, you may stand firm because, look, a lot of us came out of the church. Like, we came out of the church. So we stood firm on, like, you couldn't tell us nothing at first. Like, period, point blank. So you got to have that understanding when it comes to people. And he got that. Yah showed him that. So he would get that. So I don't care how it start or how it may look. A lot of times, a lot of stuff that y'all seen on Facebook and he comment, there was inboxes behind the scenes and squashing and praying together. You know what I'm saying? And relationships built like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just thank y'all, man, because he stood for y'all. He stood for y'all, period, point blank. And he would always say, look, don't be crying out. Let me tell you, y'all take y'all time, reestablish. And he said, look, don't be crying out. No. Y'all know what's good. Y'all know what I live for. Y'all know what I live by, die by y'all, period, point blank. So he was like, look, mourn, yes, because y'all love me. We have a relationship, but keep it moving. Get it going. You know what I'm saying? Let that boulder roll downhill with the hand of y'all pushing it. Straight 100.
That's right. And you know what? I know that he had foresight because I pretty much talked to him more than anybody. And I never felt compelled to tell young General what to do. He was a leader. He was a natural born leader.
Oh yeah.
He was just glad to have some confirmation in his life. So I'll tell you one day, it's a couple of months before he was taken from us. I'm sitting right where I'm sitting right now, and we on the phone because he called me, and it was a barrel of laughs. Y'all ain't talking about somebody that was hilarious. I'm talking about we laughed, stomach be hurt. But this particular case, both of us was heavy-hearted on Israel and Israel's rebellion. We don't know what we're gonna have to do to get our brothers and sisters together. And so young General said, you know what? He said, yeah, Elder. He said, you know what, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, I had the vision. He said, but they gonna get it one day. He said, because he said, I had the vision that Israel got in trouble. And they said, well, let's go see what young General and Elder got to say about it. He said, out of nowhere, somebody came up and said, hey, they killed them niggas last week. And man, we just fell out laughing because it was so hilarious just painting those pictures. Little did I know when they said that, they said they killed them dudes 2 weeks ago. Man, when I got the news that young General had been taken, the Most High called him home, it shook me up. One part because of my love for him. I was done. But the other thing that shook me up is I remember the prophetic word that he had spoken about, hey, they just killed them 2 weeks ago. So quite naturally, I'm saying, man, if this prophecy is true, then I got to be next up on the list. So I'm on pins and needles the whole time. And when I made it at the end of 2 weeks, and I woke up that Thursday, it was a sigh of relief. But I went to get my phone and check Facebook, and I had been murdered in the digital world because my whole account was wiped out. And there was not a trace that I was ever on Facebook. And people all over was looking, where's Elder at? Where's Elder at? We know General, but nobody could find me because they had destroyed my whole Facebook page. It was then that dawned on me that, you know what, that prophecy came to pass because within 2 weeks' time, both of us was gone and without a trace, none of us able to be found. And I just said to myself, man, that's something. He didn't see physical death. for both of us. Because sometimes when you see those things, when you see those visions, it don't always come to you in the exact detail. But in this particular case right here, it was one was taken out of the physical world and one was taken out of the digital world. And at the same time, both of them was gone. And I tell you, man, that young general, well, sometimes he called me up, especially when we're going into the Sabbath, right? He called me up. I get him up. We on camera phone, right? Shalom, Elder, shalom. What's up, young general? I got James Weston here, both of them in the camera. Shalom, shalom. What's up, Elder? What's up, y'all? I don't know about you, Elder. I got my wine. But when I first met that brother in person, it was just awesome. It was awesome. I see all the things that brothers fight about on Facebook and about, polygyny and stuff like that, man. But I'll tell you the honest to God truth. When I first met this brother in person, and I seen how meticulous he was and how organized he was, and when I seen how tight-knit and well established his family situation was with his wives and with his children, and everything was just in so balanced. I had never seen anything of that magnitude in my life. Grant you, there are plenty brothers out here that got multiple wives. You understand me? Plenty brothers that got multiple wives. There's plenty brothers doing this, but are they doing it in a way that exemplifies the Most High's goodness, to where all of the women are content and joyous, all of the children are content and joyous, and everybody is on one accord, and the whole thing is moving. When young generals say move, everybody move. He moved to the right, everybody moved to, and he was not a tyrant. Nope. I seen all the things done out of love. It was just awesome. You understand what I'm saying? It was just a beautiful thing, man. That we get together and had that conference down there, and to see that house full of Christian brothers, Moor brothers, Torah Center brothers. Some brothers don't even know nothing about the Most High, but they were drawn to this dude like a magnet. But one of the things that really got me is when I sat there and then I turned around and heard him and young General James Weston start rapping. It just laid me down, man. I was just speechless, man. I said, man, this dude is far greater than any secular artist I'd have ever heard in my life. You understand what I'm saying? And he's doing this for kingdom building sake. It was just something in me. He already had known in his mind what he's gonna do with me. But you know what I seen displayed made me want to be a part of it, even though I didn't know what he had coming. It made me in my spirit have a real desire. I want to be a part. I want to be a part of what this young man got going on. And so it's a beautiful thing. Yep.
And look, Elder Dimitri coming soon, y'all. Elder got bars. Elder got bars for y'all. Coming soon. Straight 100. YTM, GMG. Oh, did he? Best believe that one. And I'm going to tell y'all, look, the future is bright, man. For how y'all use him and grooming us, man. Like, look, we're a locomotive going down here with no brakes, pushed by the hand of y'all. Oh, it's on. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's on, man. And I just thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, for it, man. I'm gonna tell you, he was just so meticulous, man, and just intricate about everything, man. And I'm gonna tell you, let me tell y'all something too, which y'all ought to know. He loved Israel. Let me tell you something, man. He loved us so much as Israel. Let me tell you something. There'll be times I walk in the studio, he got tears down his eyes. And it's like, yo, hey, what's good, dog? And we'll start talking. It's just because the condition and what's going on and different things in Israel. Like, he didn't like to see Israel fussing and bickering, especially over petty messes. Like, yo, like he would literally spend time shedding tears for Israel. You know what I'm saying? Turning down his plate for Israel. You know what I'm saying? Real rap, like, that's why, you know, like, look, let me tell you. We always say it like, there was a joke around here. But like, boy, let me tell you, Elder might be your daddy. That was an inside joke, I'm gonna tell y'all. Like, look, Elder might be your real daddy, boy, because I'm gonna tell you, they are so much alike in passion and everything too, like the zeal for Yah, the passion, and it spews out of them like that spirit of Yah just spews out of them, and like it just pours. You know what I'm saying? Like from their belly come rivers of living water. Like it's evident. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have a true relationship with Yah, that's why we're so passionate. That's why you see that fire. You'll even see tears because that relationship with Yah, and we're serious and sincere about our people. And we always make that joke like, dog, I'm gonna tell you, dog, like y'all so much alike. But look, both got dreads, everything else too. Like it was like, boy, that was the YTM inside joke that y'all ain't know about. But I'm gonna tell you, it's a blessing, man.
I remember when we did our first video before Facebook start making it where two people can come on a live video.
Mm-hmm.
We get around talking about it. Man, I wonder how we can both get on there. We can both get on there. About a month later, they came out with the Facebook Live. So we figured out how to get it done. So I'm not tech savvy at all. So he tried to tell me things that I need to do with my phone, sort of like Mike Israel was doing what you were ready to go. And so figuring it out, right? But after we got the video done, he called me right back after it was over. Elder. I said, what, young general? Look at that. 3,000 views. I was like, dang, that's good. That's something right there. That's something right there. So we done another video, maybe about a month later. He did the same thing. He called me right back. Elder. I said, what, young general? What's up? Man, did you see that video? Man, that joint's up to 13,000 views. I was like, wow, that's hey, I was blown away by that. When we done the third video, man, you would have thought there was so much excitement on the other end of the phone that I'll expect his head to come climbing out of it. But he said, Elder, the video is up to 18,000 views at one time. This ain't no video that done went on for 3 weeks. You know, none of that. This is in one 45-minute setting. We had 18,000 people joined in on the line. And that right there, and that reminded me of this cartoon that used to be out. It was called The Wonder Twins. And as long as you kept them separated, you could hide your way with them. But if they ever got close enough and they was able to touch fists, it would be power release, and it wasn't nothing nobody could do about it. But man, that was a memorable moment. The 18,000 views, and after that, you know what I'm saying, that we experienced the trouble that we experienced, and the whole account was wiped out. We had to start back over from scratch, one person at a time. All praise, all glory, all honor to the Most High. That I don't have the numbers that we seen then, but that's okay, because I know that the Most High is still got us putting forth the same work. We're not concerned about numbers. What we're concerned about is the work. The Most High will give the increase. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So where did Israel go? Because I want to be mindful of our time. I don't want to be
Hey, y'all got all the time in the world, man. Ain't no rush. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and look,
we gotta leave some room for some of our brothers and sisters. You know, that's coming in this week. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I guess
I do have just some statements. I've been watching the comments as y'all been talking, so I'm gonna just read some of the stuff people were saying in the comments. Sister Cynthia, she said, my son loved the Lord from a young age. Okay. And then Sister Nina put very strong, no one like him. Love you, big bro. Sharon put, he was real. I miss him so much. There was no one like him. He was such a special gift.
Yeah.
Carla put, love this. He was a sweet man. Truly miss seeing him from time to time. And then Nita put here again, he was like that, seeing things in people that they couldn't see in themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh yeah.
one last one is sometimes our Lord has different plans for our lives than we do, and that is so true.
Yeah.
And you got to just follow the spirit with that.
And look,
Go ahead.
and uh Cynthia Tatum, that's his Ema. Love you, Ema. And Nina Tatum, that's his newly awakened sister. And I'm gonna tell y'all gonna hear from them Wednesday. And his brother who just came home, Rico Tatum. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, they look, you talk about a loving family, period. Like from the stock that he's from too, as far as family wise. I'm gonna tell you, second to none, man, as far as love, period, point blank. And yep, y'all heard from them. And look, all of his music and stuff, y'all gonna have access to everything we putting together, all the music that he ever made, and little things that he did that ain't nobody seen. All that's coming real soon too. You know what I'm saying? All that's coming real soon, and some more of his teaching and stuff that that we have with him and stuff, man. Y'all gonna be able to get all of that. You know what I'm saying? We putting all that out and everything else too. You know what I'm saying? Real rap.
I thought this dude was amazing, man. I thought he was amazing. I'm telling you, I sent him freestyling one time, right? This particular freestyle is gonna challenge the onlookers, right? So he say, well, I'll freestyle and you just throw the word out there and I'm gonna grab it and keep freestyling. And so this dude is freestyling and they steadily throw a word out there. Caterpillar. This just hypothetical thing. Caterpillar. And now he rapping about a caterpillar. Airplane. And now but he ain't never missed a beat, man. This dude was just a gifted brother all the way around the board, multi-talented musician, great singer, just all of that, all of that. And that just, man, it's just something because that's why I tell Israel all the time, hey, listen, the Most High love us, but the Most High have made us some promises that we ain't really prepared for. The Most High have made us some promises that, like, say, for instance, what Yahshua said, I'm going to prepare a place from you, that where I'm at, you may be also. We ain't really prepared for that. You understand what I'm saying? Because that means that we got to leave from where we at in order to be with him. That's the whole reason why he gone to prepare a place for us. Or like, say, for instance, the Most High say, well, I'm going to regather you, Israel, from all of the places that I scattered you in the lands of your captivity. But we don't be prepared for those things that have been spoken, them promises of the Most High, because we ain't gotten comfortable in the different places where we are now. You understand what I'm saying? But, man, it's something. So when the Father do cash in on his promise, hey, let me stop, go get General. I got the place prepared for him so he can be where I'm at. But see, we preaching about it and teaching about it. But the people that's receiving the word, we not prepared for that. So when the Most High cash in on this promise and come bring one of us from where we at to where he said he was going to bring us, it's like we give the glory to the devil when it really ain't the devil. It's the Most High cashing in on the promises that he done made us. That's why I be saying, when I got that news, man, all I could do is cry. But one of the things that I always do is just sit down. Just sit down and be still and process this. And one of the things that I process right out the gate is the scripture that came to me, where the Most High is talking about, you know what? Out of all of the times I've answered your prayer, Because we was praying that the Most High would spare his life, that he would raise him up. We know you got the power. We praying. He said, out of all of the time, this the Spirit speaking to me. It brought tears to my eyes. He said, out of all of the time you have called on me, out of all the time I've healed your body, out of all the time I've answered prayers that you done prayed on behalf of some other people, out of all the time that I have been there throughout the course of your life, the one time I want to cash in on my promise and come and get my servant and bring him where I'm at, you mean to tell me you gonna fall apart and fall out on the floor and have a temper tantrum? Why can't you let me have what I want sometime? I had to process that because man, I had never been nobody to come into my life like this young brother here. And for the Most High to drop something in my life like that and then just take it away like that, it wasn't sitting right. And so the Spirit started having that conversation with me. He said, that's my child. Out of all of the things that I've ever done for you, you mean to tell me that when it's time for me to cash in on my promise to come and get my child so that he can go from his labor can cease and he can go to reward? Now you're going to fall out in the floor as though I ain't answered 10,000 of your prayers, as though I ain't done all these things for you. And that put me in check to a place to where I was able to come on. I was able to come on and do the live video and let Israel know what had transpired and what had taken place. You see, and it was a spirit of humility there because the Father had already dealt with me about that particular issue, and I was able to rejoice, knowing that his his righteous works are going to continue to make manifest themselves in the earth because that's the Most High's promise. And this is one of the ways that the scriptures say, blessed are them that die in the Most High, for their works do follow them. His work is following them right now. As we really, and we make people aware of the things that were happening in the back room that nobody never seen. You know, I remember when young Drino, when the hurricane came through Texas and everything, he always called me. He said, Elder, what we gonna do? You know our people suffering down there. I said, well, what do you want to do, young General? I said, well, we can put some money together and send something down there. He's like, okay, Elder, okay. And I hung up. 3 minutes later, the phone ring again. Elder, what young General? Elder, you know what? Raising some money and all that's cool. He said, Elder, but I want to go. I want to go down there. I want to be down there. I want boots on the ground. I want to deal with our people up close and personal. I said, well, okay, General. Okay, General, that's good. So when I see General, getting the stuff ready for them to leave and hit the road and go to Texas, buying food and water and stuff, I called him and I said, now look, General, you know what Matthew 6 says. He said, Elder, Elder, I know what Matthew 6 says, that we shouldn't be sounding the trumpet, and I ain't doing it for that reason. He said, but I'm not doing it to be seen of men, Elder. I'm doing it because Israel need to see it. Israel need to see what it's like. The world need to see what it's like when Israel is assuming the responsibility for Israel. So that thing that y'all see Elder doing right now today was born out of that conversation right there. Israel need to see Israel out there raising money for Israel, caring for Israel, praying for Israel, going to see about Israel. The world need to see Israel doing that because the world ain't never seen Israel do anything except castrate each other, ostracize and criticize each other. This is where that thing was born from. And the brothers and sisters of this day get challenged right now. One of our brothers just got blessed today because we continue to build onto the foundation of what young General started for YTM, for Yahshua the movement. He said, we don't go out here to be seen of men, but we doing it so that Israel can see Israel assuming the responsibility for Israel. And for that, somebody ought to say hallelujah.
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 All day.
Yes,
all day. And let me tell y'all some And that is 100% of what he stood for, like period, point blank. And that's all you can say about that is hallelujah. Let me just add on a little bit of that. General move in love, period. Let me let y'all know something. For the young lady who did that, let me tell you something. As a matter of fact, he even did a video about that because he would show nothing but love. And this is another thing, it was genuine. See, you can front and you can fake, but genuine love, you can discern it and tell that period, point blank. Let me tell you something. He would look out for them so much, you would have thought he known them for years. You would have thought he known them for years. Literally, you could ask YTM, he would look out for them. We would even pay their bill that they had. There's some inside stuff, y'all, so y'all can know what's good. And he would come to me because I was doing, I'm an electrician by trade. So I would come past here after work. He'd be like, yo, I told him about y'all, da-da-da. And two, I think I'm making leeway. He was truly and genuinely concerned about his relationship with that woman and with them, period. Even though they had attitudes and everything else too. Look, people got spirits, but he would still just love through all of that because showing the love of the Father. That's the agape love. It wasn't really nothing that they could do to just cut that off and for that to cease through all the mess. And like I said, there was a lot going on behind the scenes. We would pay their bills and everything else too, dump their trash, pay their bills and all that stuff because he moved with the love of the Father, period, point blank. And that's what it is, man. That's how we're supposed to do. And like I said, this is a celebration, man. Like, look, because I'm gonna tell you, I would rather, and then too, those that against y'all, like, look, what better honor than that to go like that? Real rap. That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's truly an honor. And just like I said, man, it is what it is. Like, for real, we can't say enough. I mean, really, and I mean, with all the stories, man, I'm gonna talk about a lot of cats don't know. You talk about showing the fruits of the spirit. Let me tell you, one time I had got locked up and came home, and I was just all discombobulated head-wise. But he would always be like, bro, you got it, you good, you good money. And I wind up almost alcohol poisoning myself. And he laid hands on me. I stopped breathing and everything in front of the team and everything. He laid hands on me and I was gone. And I started breathing again. I'm going to tell you, y'all showed through this man's life. And I'm not the only one that he's laid hands on. And these signs shall follow those that believe. You see that dude right there? Oh, yes, the signs follow them and believe. Trust and believe that, brother. I stopped breathing for a minute and everything. I was gone. And he laid hands on me. And the Ruach of Yah brought that breath back. I was in an accident real bad. In 2009, I got slingshotted off the interstate by a drunk driver in Virginia. And they sent me to Norfolk because it was so bad. One hospital couldn't deal with it because it was so bad. So they sent me to another hospital. So he wound up meeting me there. Him and my wife, they wound up meeting me there, and my partners and everything. And they came with an x-ray. A doctor and a nurse came with an x-ray and showed me in 3 places where they said my neck was broken. And General was standing right there beside my bed. So they was like, yeah, we're just giving you an update on what's good. Said, all right. So, and then when they left, General looked at me and he said, do you receive that? I said, hell no. And General laid hands on me And I don't know, to this day, I still don't know what the Most High did. I don't know. I just know that when them two walked back in there, they looked like they seen a ghost, and they said, your neck's not broken. Straight 100. Mm-hmm. I had a boot on. My heel had got crushed. My x-ray like a stick in a bag of rocks. I was the worship leader. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, and I was just at the crib because I couldn't move. I was like bedridden for a long time. He was like, General, like, look, brother, change. I need you. So I was like, all right, that's what's up. Went there, and brother, let me tell you, he said that he had a dream. He had a dream. I can't remember exactly how long he said it was before that I would start walking in the worship. He had a dream, and he told me, he told him about it. And we was in worship, and I'm gonna tell you, it was phenomenal. And you know what happened? That dream came true. I started walking in the worship. Let me tell you, the day before I was in physical therapy, they knew the condition of my foot. You couldn't even, if your hands got too close, I was like, oh, hold on. When I came that next day walking with both shoes on, up and down stairs and stuff, look, I'm gonna tell you, you would have thought that they had seen a ghost. And they were trying to say, well, you know, something like that. I said, no, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the one who gave me that's what happened. So you could, and they were trying to say every excuse, but I told them what was good. And one of them was on the low and was like, yo, and they were like, look, I feel you, I believe in God. But he did that for them for whatever reason. But I'm gonna tell you, he laid hands and started walking in the worship, real rap. And that next day, I walked in the physical therapy with both shoes on and everything, walking up and down the stairs and all that.
And that's amazing because people don't have a hard time believing that those signs and wonders will follow. You know, with the laying on of hands. But I tell you one thing, this dude here was special. Okay, one thing I'm proud of. I'm like you, young general. I'm a mortal man, so I have been prone to it in times past. But one thing I try not to do, I don't try not to inflate a situation. The only thing I want to inflate is the Most High. When it said magnify me, oh, come and magnify me. You know what? I'm going to swell the Most High in somebody's life, but I don't try to exaggerate nothing.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you, with every ounce of my being, it was something that was so special about this dude. And not only would he lay hands on a person and make them raise up, you don't have anything to say negative about me or about any of the people that he loved. He would lay another set of hands on you. This is where our brothers cross off at. And sometimes he used to get so mad at me because young general remind me of that pit bull. And boy, right when he go in attack mode, I grab him by the back of the collar. And you know what? And he said, God dang it. God. He said, sometimes I don't even want to talk to Elder. And I remember one particular time, it's about 3 in the morning. And I'm up and I'm watching Facebook. And I'm watching him have a war of words with somebody. And boy, he got ready to go in, and right before he could, his phone rang. And the first thing he said, God dang it, Elder, what you doing up this time of the night? I said, watching you. He said, I know, okay, sir. It's done. I ain't gonna, you know. And I used to tell him, he'd always watch what I was doing, and he would watch people's comments and everything, and he knew that I'd be pissing some people off with some of these messages. I remember he said, yeah, okay, don't y'all get beside yourself. Yeah, you can be angry, but just don't sin against my elder, because you can
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And it was many times that he was so overprotective where I was concerned. You know, he was just overprotective, and man, I ain't never had nobody in my life like that. But maybe doing the ministry that the Most High, it was unlike church. We had similar background, but it's unlike church, okay? Church, you dealt with a particular congregation of people. You was familiar with everybody. But in this Israel wake up is different because you won't know these people from a physical sense. You have agreement in the spirit and you desire to do the will of the Father. You understand? But Young General was like one that protected me. I had never been nowhere outside of North Carolina. And I remember when I got the call from the young brother and sister, brother King Yamalek and sister Malcolm, that they wanted me to perform their wedding ceremony. And I was happy and I was excited. They said, well, you know, we're going to take care of everything for you. So I was happy and I was excited. And I called Young General. Young General, guess what? I said, yeah, I got to go down here and go down to Florida and marry somebody. And they going to pay for the trip. And yeah. Well, he didn't see nothing all that funny about it. He said, yeah, well, I tell you what, Elder, I hope they don't think you're coming by yourself. I know they don't think you're coming by yourself because you ain't going nowhere without me. He was protective like that. And so after Young General had passed, that was the first time that I ever went anywhere outside of going to see Young General, you know. And that was the first time. And so Young General James Weston has stepped right into place and honored that. Hey, Elder, you know, Young General said he didn't want you going nowhere by yourself. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, he met me in the airport and, you know, just pretty much anywhere that I get to travel. You know what I mean? I'll try not to take Young General change away from his responsibility too much and tell him give some of the other brothers share with some of the other brothers. You ain't got to always, you know, take out what you're doing. You got to lead that thing right there. So in times that we can get one or two of the other brothers to travel with me, that'll be fine. But if Young General Change had his way, he would be like, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that if it was Young General Deshawn, that his feet would have been landed in every spot that I'd have been. But I ease Young General Change up a little bit. But I know that I know that if it wasn't for me, you know what I'm saying, holding him back, that he would do the same thing and be right there with me. It's just a blessing. But I like to believe that the opening up of the ministry that the Most High have given me in this hour, in this season, was something that he used Young General Deshawn Tatem. If I had never encountered that young man, you know what I'm saying? People probably, they will probably still see me on Facebook from time to time because of the videos, but it was because of him that anybody ever addressed me as elder. Once we left that love and unity thing in Kansas City, the moment I left out of there, I became elder in all of Israel. And that right there is such a humbling. It's still a very humbling thing to me right now because I said, look what they call it, elder. but yeah, we just, this is a beautiful time that we're going to remember. We're going to remember our brother this week. We'll remember him every day of our life as we building on the foundation. You understand what I'm saying? Right. I reminded of an old song that we used to sing in church where it used to say, I'm working on a building. It's a sure foundation. We're holding up the bloodstained banner for our Lord. Just as soon as we get through working on the building, we're going into the kingdom to get our reward. And that's what we're continue. It's a sure foundation. We're working on the building. One man pours the concrete, lay the foundation. Another man comes in and puts up the beams. Somebody else doing the plumbing work. Somebody else doing the electricity. But we're working on the building. It's a sure foundation because of what it's built on. We're building this kingdom, building this building based on the word of the Most High. And we're not going to let none of our brothers that have fallen in battle while in the building process. Their work is not going to go unnoticed. But we know that the wisdom of Solomon declares that the righteous man that is dead shall condemn the ungodly man that is living. Right to this day, the voice of young general, the cries of young general are still bringing people to their knees after they come across a video, even though they don't know that he's long gone from home. But the power of the spirit, the power of that word is still calling men and women to repentance. And for that, we're most grateful. Now, that's all I got to say for today.
All right. And General James Weston, if you could tell the people what else is coming this week, what else you have scheduled?
Gotcha. Let me see. As far as this week, okay, tomorrow, you're gonna hear from his ema Cynthia Tatum, the woman who birthed him. Love her to life. You're gonna hear from his brother Rico Tatum. That's ill testimony there. Let me tell you, General really loved. He was a big family man too. And his brother, did a long stretch, in the penitentiary. And bro would always say that he wanted to. He would always say little things like, "Look, I just want y'all just to let me be here for my brother to come home." And blessed be y'all that happened. You know what I'm saying? He came home, did an 18-year jump. They was loving on each other, man, and just building, man. And I thought that was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? His brother is awake in the word, you know what I'm saying, holding it down. And he spit too. You know what I'm saying? He got that musical gift too. You're gonna hear from his sister, one of his other sisters, Nina Tatum. He had other brothers and sisters too, y'all, but just I know what's gonna speak. Nina Tatum, beautiful sister, man, and love her brother to life too, man. And y'all gonna hear some funny stories from that too. And we got videos too. You're gonna see one video. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the one for today is I'm from VA. When we conclude this today, but you're gonna see videos at the end of things that he's done, and hear more music. You're gonna hear from we got brother branches too. Moshe, Yasharala Nation. What up though? You got him coming. You got Big D, the overseer. He's our manager. He's the manager of YTM, GMG, GTV, ENT, Crystal Concept. He's the manager. We call him Big D, the overseer. He grew up with General too. Like, I'm talking about before saved and before all of that. Like, straight from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, he grew up with him. And blessed be God, they still had that relationship. I even hear from Elder Marty. That's my dude. Love him to life. You gonna hear from him, man. And then it's just gonna be a good time. A good time. And look, y'all be tuning in, man. Y'all got comments and questions and everything. Shoot them jumps to us. You know what I'm saying? Shoot them to us. We want involvement of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So feel free. Look, y'all know what to do. And then Friday, man, we're gonna have we're gonna just about close it out. Engage with y'all. Tell some more stories and things that y'all ain't never know about General, never heard, and just and then we show some achievements that he's done, because we've been doing things for years. General been doing things for years and years and years, and he has a lot of accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? A lot of accomplishments and things a lot of people don't know. And we're gonna make sure y'all know that. That's part of why we're doing this whole tribute thing, to give y'all more insight onto who this man of y'all was. You know what I'm saying? And reasons why not to be sad, because he lived by the word. He lived by y'all, lived by, die by. And the things that he did in his life showed and proved that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna see all of that, hear all of that. Then we're gonna have a moment of silence, man, and then we're gonna keep it moving. And look, thank y'all in advance for all your prayers. Keep us in your prayers. Thank you in advance for all your loving words, you know what I'm saying, for his wives, his children. He got 9 beautiful kids. Oh, y'all gonna see them too. Y'all gonna see his wife. Look, I'm tripping. Y'all gonna see his wives. Y'all gonna hear from them. Y'all gonna see all his 9 kids. And y'all gonna hear from them. Y'all gonna hear from my wife. I like to call her First Lady Itty Bitty. But y'all gonna hear from, look, y'all gonna hear from a lot of us, man. Okay. And we just gonna keep building and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what it is, it's gonna be a fun week. It's gonna be a fun week and an uplifting week, and that's what's good, man. And look, told out to all of y'all who viewing and everything else too, man. And look out, cause look, YTM, GMG, Yasharala Nation, Raymond Word Clothing, GTV ENT, Crystal Concept. We coming hard body and moving strong. And we'll be in a city near you, a city and state and country near you, because we moving. And we ain't limited at all. Love y'all. And Michael Israel, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Yahakana, Raymond Word Clothing, love you, dog. And I'm going to hit you. No doubt. All
right. So, yeah, so that's General Change Wesson and Dimitri Milligan. As y'all know, this is the tribute to Deshawn Tatem. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take us out with the video that you heard General Change Wesson mention earlier. It's called General Gold, I'm from VA. So give me
that's the first. That's the first video that his debut vid that he did, y'all. Enjoy that, Joe.
Okay. So yeah, so let me I'll get this started and I'm gonna enjoy the video, and real fast, make sure you subscribe to Spiritual Combat on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you can catch it tomorrow. If you're watching on Facebook, follow the Spiritual Combat page and hit the notification button so you see the notification tomorrow. We're going to be live around 6 tomorrow, and we're going to do it again, and you're going to get more edified tomorrow. So enjoy the video, y'all. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Yeah. VA, stand up. Stand up. Deshawn, the golden child is here. Yeah. Up north where y'all at, down south where y'all at, Midwest where y'all at, West Coast where y'all at, VA. 1, 2. Listen. I done seen a lot of things in my lifetime. I done bumped a lot of trees, I done drunk a lot of wine, I done cocked my 9, I done robbed thugs blind, I done used my eye, not the one for wrinkle clothes, but the one for when it blows, the one that's left road, you hear the boat poles, halfway searching for clues out my ghetto, where the crack cocaine is peddled, on my streets where the beef is settled, out Virginia, the land of the coldest winters, they knew to enter, more taxes, the ways and rivers, the ground of murder slaves, you can hear they whispers when they possess the street dogs, you can feel their tempers. Resident of visitor, 12 o'clock in your liquor for being black or driving. Popo might torment ya. Virginia, the land who loves the sinners. I'm from VA, the home of Joshua. Yahshua, we setting freedom prisoners. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of things in my lifetime. I done pumped a lot of trees, drunk a lot of wine. Yeah, I've been stabbed with a knife, smacked with a knife. I'm trying to be very tough. You will entertain my time. I'm from Virginia, the land of the lynchmen, the home of the murder capital. It's bad news of Richmond. I know some sick men to resolve their predicament. They bust shots around 10, aiming right above your chin, wearing a sarcastic man. In the independent pins to wear an away. It's about 3 hours away from Chesapeake. You bad dirty homeboy, you better not speed on these streets. Cause you redhead on sirens, and when they stop, you'll be prepared for violence. They know how to use the iron. 7 cities, my headquarters. I swear it gotta be your church on every corner in South Norfolk. Y'all know what I'm saying, so church where I be. I finally think won't catch your boy on church street. That's where the he sees me. I preach to the dogs, homeboy. That's somebody else ministry. I've been seeing a lot of things in my lifetime. I done pumped a lot of trees, drunk a lot of wine. Yeah, I've been stabbed with a knife, smacked with a knife. I'm trying to be very tough. You will entertain my time. When up north, that's me the place to hide away. The first thing they come to is VA with their dreadlocks chopped off. Stop talking cocky with the up north slang man. They get their heads over, and that's the fact on it. You might not, but VA knows me from hustling on Beach Street to keep under the road. The police MCs know me 6 times and I say still ain't snitch. I know the devil knows me. He tried to end my story, but I got too many chapters. God beat the glory in Virginia. I wait the rapture, till then I preach the bastards. Tell about my father, this is why we call him Abba. He saved us all from disaster. I'm sick of Satan's laughter. I live here, that makes VA the home of the realest rapper. Maybe the greatest, that's what the Lord say. I don't care where I die, homeboy, just buried on the VA. I done see in a lot of things in my lifetime, I done pumped a lot of trees, drunk a lot of wine, yeah. I've been stabbed with